Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Chad Dobier. I will be showing you this 1992 Lexus SC400 that's currently for sale right now in May of 2021. We'll be taking a look at it, letting you see the condition of it. If it has any imperfections, I will point them out to you on camera. I'll let you know the price, mileage, and everything that's so exciting about a 92 SC400. Man, oh man, we're talking about a classic Japanese luxury vehicle that's being sold at Southern Motor Company. I'll tell you, the silhouette of this vehicle is so beautiful. I mean, just the body lines on it, everything like that. Now, I want you to dive back into automobiles back in the 90s, right? Cars like this were definitely somewhat prestigious to be cruising around on the highways here in America. But I want you to also remember that Lexus and Acura, they were really hitting it hard out there with luxury sedans. You know what I'm talking about. The LS series Lexus sedans, and then Acura, and we're bringing Acura kind of into the mix because Acura had, you got it, the Acura Legend. Both of those cars were really your top-notch luxury Japanese vehicles that were sold right here in the United States. Now, as time kept progressing, and again, Lexus is definitely a staple when it comes to making great vehicles along with Acura as far as reliability is concerned and everything, right? Now, here's the thing, right? The Coupes were already out, and this shape of vehicle here was already out with many other car brands out there in America. But the SC400, man, just look at it. I mean, this right here gave you the option of having a V8 motor under the hood. I mean, that's a lot of get up back in the early 90s on a two-door coupe. Again, cars weren't really doing the V8 thing as much. A lot of four cylinders and things like that were going on, kind of like what we see right now, even in this era. Now, right now we got EVs and hybrid cars and all that kind of stuff really diving hard into the market. But again, back in the 90s, right, your Honda Accords, your Nissan Sentras, your Toyota Camrys, four-cylinder motors. And then you did have, though, some of the luxury cars rocking V6s and V8s. So again, I think the takeaway from this car right here is to have a two-door coupe that is a V8. I mean, that's really incredible. Please get in the comment section today, though, and give me your feedback, because I'm not a know-it-all, so I want you to share what you think about them as well. All right, everybody, let's start looking at the car and taking a look at the condition of it. Now, I want to also bring to mind today the price, and we're going to go ahead and kind of throw that out there right now at the beginning of today's review. This price currently is for sale for around $89.90 at Southern Motor Company, which, believe it or not, is a pretty phenomenal price for this vehicle. There's many other SC400s for sale in America right now. Now, there's not tons of them out there for sale, but again, as the United States of America in a whole, I think I found maybe, 15, 20, somewhere right around there online for sale. Some of them priced in this price range here, but here is really the main thing to pay attention to. Many of them, with the type of mileage that this vehicle has on it, are being sold anywhere between $13,000 to $15,000. This car right now currently has around 72,000 miles, and it's a 92. So again, $89.90 actually is a pretty incredible price on this car, considering cars like it, maybe a year newer or a few years newer with that kind of mileage, are selling for 14 to 15 grand. So $89.90, yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, as we look at the vehicle, right, it seems to be in really nice shape. And I will tell you, for a car that was built back in 1992, it is actually really nice and clean. It does have an accident on the Carfax report, and the hood and the fender up in the front have a little paintwork that has been done to it. So we do want to point that out to you, because if you really start deep diving into the car and looking at it, you can see where the clear coat is not exactly the way it should be, like it is on the back here, right? So let's go ahead and start moving forward and taking a look at that. I do like the tinted windows, which look really nice. But again, we may have to get the car out of this spot in a little bit here to show you that, because how we got the sun and then the shade is kind of not letting you see what I was just talking about. But in reality, again, a car that's a 1992, right? I mean, for it to have one accident, I think we're doing pretty good for the most part, right? Not too bad. Now, the front bumper, though, is in really nice shape. Headlights look good. You got the, the lip spoiler kind of down at the bottom right there in black, which looks nice. The car does sit kind of low to the ground, right? So it's not super high up. It is a coupe, something that's kind of common on vehicles. They get condensation in the headlights, which this one is doing. A little trick out there, if you get right down in the bottom of that light right there and just take a tiny little drill bit and just put a little hole in there, it usually kind of fixes that issue. How do I know? I've done it on a few cars in my lifetime that I've personally owned. But all the lights are in good shape. Alloy wheels are in good shape for 92, right? Let's take a look at them. You got Michelin Pilot tires on here, which have plenty of tread. These are a 225 55 wrapped onto a 16-inch 5-star alloy wheel. It does have disc brakes in the front and disc brakes in the back. Now, the actual body, though, no major dents, dings, or scratches on her. I mean, she may have a little something here or there, but nothing major at all. Like a tiny little ding right up on top right there. Also, everything works as it should on the vehicle. All your windows roll down, your sunroof opens, all that stuff is in pretty good shape, and it does what it needs to do when you hit the buttons. In the back, let's take a look. Taillights. I love the color of the taillights, first off. You got this amber color up top, red down on the bottom. I just love it. It looks so nice and so clean. Also, the taillights got plenty of shine on them. I mean, they look practically like brand new lights. You got the little keyhole right there you can turn to pop the trunk open. Also, your emblems are in good shape. Paint is super glossy. Of course, compliments Southern Motor Company for putting a wax job on her. Your gas tank filler is right here. That's where you put the gas in on the passenger side. And it does have dual exhaust in the rear as well. I'm liking the rear deck lid spoiler. Some of them out there don't have a spoiler at all, but I really do think this car looks so much better with the small deck lid spoiler off the back, as we're seeing. Stay with us. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at the interior. Then we'll pull her out, take a test drive, and do one more look-see around the car in the sunlight. Now, before we take a look at the interior, here's the key to the car, right? Yeah, there's that old school Lexus key. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. There we go. Now that's opened up. Kind of push up on that. And look at that. I mean, it just, boom, opens up quite easily there. I mean, just had one hand, right? And I'm not like, Mr. Macho Man with big guns or anything. So just barely pushed it up and it went up for me. There's the trunk. Pretty decent sized trunk on an old school coupe. Still got the original floor mats as well. And yeah, now it is interesting how this is kind of sectioned off right here, which you can see we have speakers all in the back right here, okay? So maybe that's the reasoning on them kind of blocking that section off right there, but still a pretty decent amount of room if you need to throw golf bags in the back, luggage, groceries, things like that. Does have the old school, check it out, 8 to 12 disc CD changer, which is really interesting. Haven't personally tried it out to see if it still works, but it is there. Probably doesn't work though at this particular moment because this car has had an aftermarket Pioneer head unit added into the vehicle, which actually to me is a benefit for whoever buys it because you can now plug in USB, auxiliary, and you can run a Bluetooth phone in there, something like that. All right, guys and girls, moving right along, right? I mean, the interior also is going to be in really nice condition on this car. And there's your door panel, right? Now, one thing I did notice it was kind of interesting to me was the doors don't really open up as wide as I thought they would. I mean, check this out, guys and girls. You open the door, and it just kind of stops right about right there. So that's one thing. I mean, newer cars open up wider, but that's fine. I mean, most people can slide in and out right here. You do have a really long spot here to rest your arm at. And that's the other thing. The doors are really long. I mean, it's a two-door car and it's a really long two-door coupe. You got storage down in here. You have your window controls here, power mirrors, power door locks, memory seats. Yeah. Also getting power seats. And then the interior, the leather, in pretty decent shape to be a 92. I mean, this is all the original leather interior inside the car. I mean, look at those seats. Wow. I mean, talk about a good looking seat from 92. I mean, they're just not all worn out and beat out, you know, like some cars may be. And again, you know, leather and stitching start separating over time, which is normal. But again, these aren't really too bad off. Right here, you know, this is a lot of wear and tear on this area here because you're sliding in and out. The car does sit lower to the ground. So I'm surprised there's nothing going on right here. That's very nice to see. Power seat buttons, lumbar support, then right there to do the back. Up top, you do have the sunroof. Here is your steering wheel, which is in good shape. It's not worn out that much on the top, but they're not worn out at all, really. So that's nice to see. Does it have a working horn? Absolutely. Also, has a power adjustable tilt right here, which I think actually you have to have the car cut on or in auxiliary mode to do that. All your other controls right down here, gas, trunk, and push lock, unlock to unlock the trunk so somebody can't get in there like valet and whatnot, right? Hood right there. You got a little air vent here. And then once again, a car that has really nice pedals and the floor's not all worn out on the bottom. So that tells me this car didn't really get a lot of wear and tear in traffic and things like that. Moving right along, let's take a quick look in the back. There you have it. Nothing better than a good looking back seat that's probably never been even sat in at all in its lifetime while being on the roads here in the United States of America. Armrest, look at that, also in good shape. So everything on the inside looks really nice. All right, let's go ahead and sit inside the car, crank her up, back her out, take her for a drive. All right, let's crank her up. She's alive. All right. So that's your cup holder, and that's just about it. I mean, my Gatorade bottle just barely fits. That really is more set up if you had a Coca-Cola can, Pepsi can, or a small cup of coffee. That's really about all you're going to be able to get in there. Let's go ahead and roll our windows down. Look at that. Let's enjoy the beautiful breeze today that we have. I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous day outside. Let's go ahead and open up our sunroof. There you go. Check it out. Very nice. And here's the exact mileage. 73,024. So mileage is pretty good. Not bad there. Your climate controls up top. AC and all that. Pioneer head unit right there. Volume control, which is right here. Temperature. I got a little slot to throw things in there. You do have heated seats up front, which do still work. If you're wondering where the glove box is at, just hit this button here. Opens it up, and we do have the original books and manuals right there. Very nice. Okay, you can even lock it right there. And again, the dash, no cracks or anything like that in the dash. I mean, the dash is in great shape. And up here, you do have your lights. There you go, okay. So not bad. Oh, the big one up top works. Vanity mirrors. And again, the cloth and everything is in good shape. You got a big light in there. I'll tell you, that light's bigger than some lights on newer cars in the vanity. And then we do get it over here as well. Not too bad. And then look at this. Itty bitty little vanity. I like that. Isn't that cute? And look how nice and clean the headliner is. We even got a little pole in here so you can hang up some of your clothes. All right, guys, let me put my seatbelt on and we'll back this puppy up. So other things to pay attention to when buying a vehicle with this type of age on it is the transmission, of course, right? And the suspension and things like that. Car does just fine in reverse, so don't have any issues there. And I really don't think you'll have too many issues with driving at all. I mean, personally, when we first got the car at our store, I drove it home for a night and really enjoyed it. I even put the kids in. We went and got a bite to eat. The car drove great. So, you know, for me to get the kids and family in and go get a bite to eat in this car, it was, you know, I mean, I trusted it. It's a Lexus. It's a Toyota at the end of the day. So, yeah. Now, we're going to take it for a quick spin and see how she rides. All right. Steering is good. We're in drive. Now, you know, some people go, oh, wow, this is a V8, right? And you may be thinking to yourself, like, okay, I'm going to drive it like it's a 5.3 Vortec muscle car, right? That's not really the you know, what you're doing in this, okay? It is a V8. It does feel good as a V8 motor, but again, it doesn't have that feel of like a muscle car V8. Again, it's all stock. It's all OEM under the hood. And the main thing is it's smooth, it shifts gears smoothly, and it just accelerates. It's just really nice. Okay, there we go. Brakes feel good. Rotors feel good. Steering wheel's not shaking. Let's give it some gas and see how she does on this little back road here. 3, 2, and 1. Good acceleration. Feels just like it should feel, which is nice. Let's go over the railroad tracks. Wow, really smooth. Suspension felt good. You know, most cars when going over railroad tracks, it's a very kind of rough feel. Not on this. It's incredible, actually. And I love the power that it has when I'm ready to use it. Oh man, it's nice. Look at that. What a phenomenal car. And again, I mean, also a car that's priced out at around $8,900 when so many of them out there are on sale right now for $14,000 to $15,000. You're able to check this one out at just around $9,000. All right, let's hop out and let's do the last bit of the video here, kind of talking about how you can actually purchase this car from us if you're watching on YouTube or wherever you may be at. So stay with us on that part. Here we go. All right, everybody, we're back at Southern Motor Company. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. Now, again, it's got the 4.0 liter V8. And this vehicle is pushing out, at least back in 1992, 250 horsepower at around 5,600 RPM. But now we're talking about, we're in 2021. Probably still does pretty good, though. But, you know, traditionally right now, they're making cars V6s, even 4-cylinder turbos with 300 horsepower. But like I said earlier, this is not something you may want to buy because you're trying to make it into a track car, right? This is a luxury car, but there is a lot of people online, and we've seen them, that are turning these into drift cars. So it's possible. There's things to be done. But there's your engine, and look at it. Nice and clean. V8 4 cam 32. Oh yeah. Traction control system up there. I love how the battery has the Lexus emblems or logos on it still. I mean, everything is all stock, all OEM under the hood of this car. Still got the factory intake, mass airflow sensor. But man, oh man, it's clean as can be. Another thing to also point out to you that Chris that owns our store was telling me yesterday, talk about real briefly here. The vehicle did have its oil change, or not oil change, its timing belt done at around 50,000 miles. Again, the car right now has got 72,000 miles. So not that long ago, it did have the timing belt package done. And there's a sticker that was sitting, I believe, maybe right here, that had the date on it, the signature, and all that stuff. He does have it. I don't have it necessarily right this second to show you, but we do got it inside the store somewhere if you're interested in seeing that. So services are good to go, okay? Briefly in the video, we talked about it having a minor accident at one point or another, or some type of accident. I'll need to go on Carfax and look for myself on that. But from what I was told, the hood and the fender had been repainted or whatnot. And you can see a little bit in on the hood there. If you really pay attention closely, you can see some lines from when they were clear coating. And so there's a little bit of discoloration on the hood there. But for a 92, I think she's really in pretty nice shape here. I don't notice it as much on the fender. It's really more or less, you can see some of that on the hood. But it's nice to be able to walk around and take a look at this car in the sunlight right now. So let's go ahead and kind of do a little 360 pan through. Tires are in good shape and all that. There you go. Very clean, as you can see. All right, guys and girls, the call to action today is if you're interested in buying this car from us here at Southern Motor Company, if you don't live in South Carolina or Charleston, we do ship cars and transport cars right to your home address, wherever you ask to have it sent to. If that's something you want to do, you wire in the money. Once the money arrives, we actually will set up a transport and get it transported to your house with all your paperwork and everything just like that. So it's so easy to get a vehicle transported right to you, buying it sight unseen. That's why I make these videos. I get in depth with them because people like yourself that are looking to buy a car without even stepping foot at the dealership here, they want to see as much as they can of the vehicle. If you need any more additional footage or any more information, don't hesitate to give us a call. Contact me. Again, my name is Chad Dolbier in sales at Southern Motor Company. We'll do everything we can to get you as much information as possible. Visit our website at southernmotorcosc.com. You can click on the Carfax report, read up on that, and as much information as you need. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. If you live in town and this is something you're looking for, just come on by and stop by with me and check it out and take it for a test drive with me. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon from Southern Motor Company.